All right, we're checking out tract 11 at Elm Hollow on Bull Shoals Lake. We're parked just east of the county road. We're on the property. It's this little trail that goes back to the east and into the core land and then to the lake. And this was the second time we had been out there. And the first time we drove right down the trail right to the lake. And then the next time there had been some signs that were put up that said no motorized vehicles. And a couple fence posts that we could have actually driven around if we wanted to, but we really didn't want to mess with it. But the little road itself that comes off of the county road is part of tract 11, and then you go back, I don't know, 100 feet, 150 feet, and that's where that core land starts, and that's where the sign was. So really, I guess if we wanted to, we could have just driven right down to the lake. Now there's the county road, and I believe we're drifting toward the lake here. Lost my bearings for a second. Okay, yeah, that's the lake. So the entire east side of the property of tract 11 does border the Corp of Engineers Land, and in this case, that's extremely close to the actual water, so you can physically go from your property into the core land and the lake, which is fantastic. You can also use that core land that surrounds the lake for hunting and recreation, hiking and exploring and all that good stuff, but deer hunting, turkey hunting, obviously fishing and swimming in the lake. If you wanted to, I'm sure you could carry a kayak. And that sign did say no motorized vehicles, and I'm sure that is the rule. I will mention that we've seen many hundreds of people respectfully using their motorized vehicles on trails in the core land, and I imagine you could get a ticket. I've never seen it. Okay, so we're headed back westerly. County road. There's the power line. This property does have a power line physically on site, which is fantastic. If you ever need it, it's there. If you don't, it still adds tremendous value to the property. So direct frontage on the core land, county road access, power line on site. There you can see the red truck toward the bottom. It's backed into that little trail, so we're looking straight west right now. We're facing west, I should say. We're looking down, and now we're backing up, so we're probably over the core land, and there's the lake. And then as we look up, we're looking westerly at the property, and it's below us as well for the most part, and it goes west. You can see how the property gradually slopes up, so we'll cross over the county road. Then almost immediately we'll cross over the gravel creek bed, which you'll barely be able to see. So county road, power line, and then right down, and there's the gravel creek bed. Ancient gravel creek bed. It's a wet weather creek. Does not have water in it throughout the entire year. We've seen water in it a few times. And then as we keep going westerly, the land is gradually, but steadily, rising up. And I believe on this one the topo map indicates that as we get toward the west side it starts to level out, but it's essentially all wooded the entire way. So extremely private setting out here. The guys have found mature black walnut trees, chestnut trees, red oak, white oak. Wow, beautiful view of a small part of Bull Shoals Lake, which is an enormous lake. The darker trees you see kind of spotting the ground all over, those are going to be cedar trees, the darker green trees. We have found a few pine trees out here, but for evergreens, mostly cedar is what we were seeing. And now headed back easterly. Keep getting turned around here. And I cannot remember that there's a creek that forms that little inlet. I can't remember the name of the creek. Beautiful, beautiful setting. If you've looked for land, if you've been looking for a while for land that borders the take line or the Corp of Engineer line, same difference, then you know it's extremely hard to find. These tracts at Elm Hollow are the first we've ever had that have county road frontage and Corp of Engineer frontage, and power on site as well, actually. And not all of these tracts have Corp frontage, but this particular one does. Awesome property. That's tract 11. You can check out the listing page to see the other videos. We'll have maps, we'll have pictures and whatnot. That's going to be County Road, what is that, 618, I believe. This is Ozark County, Missouri. And there's the truck. The drone is over the county road. We're looking at the truck, which is backed in to the trail that goes east off of the county road on tract 11. If you check out the maps on the listing page, it should make more sense. Beautiful property, unique property. If you have any questions on this, just let us know.